Hello everybody. It is so nice. It's 70 today. We're close to December and it's 70 degrees. It's supposed to be nice all this week. This is how weather goes here though. But we're always grateful for these little breaks when it's getting cold. Because last week it was in the 30s. So, I'm going to let you see the neighborhood. The trees have, all the leaves have fallen off pretty much all the trees around here. I would love to have some of those, where they turn bright red and they stay out or throughout the fall anyway. But we just don't have that. I'd like to get a new tree for the backyard, but there's several problems with that, and I have to get my husband to agree to it. One of the problems is where the sewer line and the gas line run, which we know where those are, but we still have to have them marked out. Another problem is he likes to drive through the backyard with the van up to this shed out back, garage, the old garage, which we were never able to park a car. Anyway, so that he can work on the van, because this has no electric, well, neither does the other one. So, enough of that. For all the guff he gave me about this one here, let's see, I can't zoom out anymore. All the guff he gave me about that vinyl or whatever you call it, it has held up really good. It's got such steady bracing. He was afraid the wind would catch it, and he didn't like the price I paid for it. Because I paid for it. And he probably wouldn't have bought it, because he's just, we do get high winds around here. But it has been there now for quite some time. At least 2 years. And he's learned to love it, because he doesn't have to scrape during the winter. Nearly so much, and it's out of the rain and the hail and all that kind of stuff. Kids are running around and playing. I can't really show you them. They're kind of distant, so you can't really see their faces. I guess that part would be okay. You just see small humans pretty much. There. Oh, you can see small humans. I wanted to go in the backyard to show you something different, but I don't do too well standing for very long. And I don't know if my chair's still out there or not, because with all the freezing and stuff, he probably already put it away. Ah, there's a neighbor over there getting in his pickup. Might be going to haul off some of his lumber or something. Nope. Nope. Talking to somebody. It's funny on a quiet day how that sound carries. Sorry, I'm not. I look around instead of looking in the viewer. People think I'm nuts. Kids will be getting out of school here before long. They'll be coming by here. Some of them in their cars, and some of them on foot. We are getting so close. I wish the squirrels would come out and play. It's a nice day. These are the kind of things that some of them might have gone into hibernation already. Do squirrels hibernate? I think they do. I'm not real sure if they hibernate or... Because a lot of times there'll be holes in trees and they'll just go live in there. But I don't know where they are. I don't talk to them. Well, they don't talk back. Well, I don't know how long that was on standby. But it is nice to be outside. It's wonderful to be outside. Especially this close to December. If I could stand for very long without my back giving out, then I would. I can't walk real far without, my breathing getting to be a problem. But well, the battery's not in my scooter right now. Joe has to put that in there. He doesn't trust me to take off by myself. Well, he does, but he doesn't. He does and he doesn't. But he likes to at least be home. In case I get in trouble. He's protective. I appreciate that. I really do. He's not like a hovering helicopter type. He never has been. We used to be pretty independent as far as being able to go places. We always kept in, I'm going to go here, or can I go there, or would you mind if I took off? He'd get home like 2 hours late after work. I knew where he was. One of my friends says, how do you know he's not out goofing around? And it's like, because I know exactly where he's at. He's at his stepdad's. They're out in the garage and they're tinkering. Sure enough, they'd drive by there. Yep, he's there. I never really had to doubt where he was. He's that predictable, and I'm glad he is. Because me, on the other hand, not that he's ever had any reason to mistrust me, but I may say I'm going to be gone for a couple of hours, and then I'm gone for 3. I get a little lost. But no, it's just more or less been since I've been, sick and had all this going on, that he's pretty protective. That and the medication I'm on. He doesn't always trust that. But, as I started to say earlier, please do subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification button. It will give you a choice there whether to get notifications every time I come on, or just certain times. I don't know how you pick that one, or never. And please, I'd appreciate you clicking the all every time. But notifications, they've been really weird lately anyway. A lot of people aren't getting notifications of when I'm on. But I can tell you, most generally I am on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And that gives me 3 days out of the week where I can just kind of recoup. I don't know about recoup, but do other things that need to be done. I'm getting a little bit sniffly. I don't know if it's so much allergy or if it's just not having been in the fresh air for so long. I'm definitely not allergic to fresh air. I just don't get out in it very much. And I've been reminded of that lately by the fact that my circadian my circadian rhythms have been off. I am sleeping too much during the day. But I kind of like to be awake more at night. But I'm awake when Joe gets home. And if I'm not, he wakes me up for supper. And then we have our time together. Unless, and which usually happens, he sits down to watch TV, as we do, watch our favorite shows. And even if we're having a conversation, like when we watch The Voice, or when we watch, a show that, one of these reality shows, like where I like to try and tell him what to do, he will fall asleep. By 8 o'clock, he's zoned out. I'm hoping that will somewhat change when he's retired, because He won't be getting up at 4 in the morning. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Unbelievably beautiful. You know, the grass is still green. It hasn't, there's a little bit of brown in it, but it's still pretty much green. And we haven't had that much moisture here lately. So that just shows me that there's some groundwater that's holding up the grass somehow, but it's still green. But it's getting into that season. I don't think we've really had a hard freeze. We've had to get down into 32, but not for like a long period of time. And generally, it's when it gets down below 30, because freezing point in Fahrenheit here is 32. And if it gets down below that freezing point for very long, that's when the grass will start dying off or going dormant, whichever you want to call it. I don't know if Joe's going to want to give it one more mow or just let it be through the winter. So, well, I'm going to go back in the house. I'm trying to figure out if I want to make ornaments as well as the necklaces. I really do, because we always make ornaments. But I'm befuddled as to what to make. I have these wooden stars, and I need to figure out how to decorate them. And I will need some more. So I hope Walmart still carries. So please do subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, don't forget to click on the notification. Click the always. And gosh, love you. God love you. I love you. And this world is big enough for all of us. I don't care what they have said in the past about population explosion. Obviously, that's not a problem now. But this world is big enough for a lot of people. And we're all people. That's the main thing. We don't need to be enemies. These days it seems like there's a lot of enemies. Or people who just don't like each other. I don't know. But there's a lot of hate and stuff going around. Let's not join in that. Let's join in the love. Let's be the love bugs. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And like I said, I love you. And God blesses you. And good night.